There are thousands of species of bees. However, there are only 7 recognized species of honeybee. It is the honey produced by honeybees that is the subject of debate among vegans. In this video, you'll learn what fuels this debate. The controversy surrounding honey mainly stems between vegans whose main motivations are ethics and those whose main motivations are health. I'll call them ethics-centric vegans and health-centric vegans. Ethics-centric vegans believe bees are abused and exploited by the honey industry. On the other hand, health-centric vegans, who often follow a whole foods plant-based diet, believe honey complies with their diet and sees nothing wrong with it. Furthermore, they believe that honey offers many practical medicinal benefits. First, let's look at the arguments against honey by the ethics-centric vegans. The People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, or PETA for short, states on their website that animals are not ours to experiment on, eat, wear, use for entertainment, or abuse in any other way. The main argument against honey is how bees are abused by the honey industry. One way bees are abused has to do with how beekeepers treat the queen bee. According to PETA, queen bees are killed and replaced without warning, causing distress throughout the entire hive. New queen bees are placed in nurse colonies to be reared by frantic worker bees, only to be mated, tagged, sealed in a tiny box, and shipped off as cargo to start a new colony. Furthermore, according to the Vegan Society, queen bees often have their wings clipped by beekeepers to prevent them from leaving the hive to produce a new colony elsewhere, which would decrease productivity and lessen profit for the farmer. Another way bees are abused is by the stresses they endure when they're transported in artificial hives. They are transported in trucks and they can be in their artificial hives for days at a time. These days-long trips can be so stressful to the bees that many bees simply die during transport. For example, according to PETA, since bees won't urinate or defecate in their hives, they are forced while trapped inside boxes to hold it. To sum up, bees can be subjected to exploitation by the honey industry, and so many ethics-centric vegans are against the consumption or use of honey. Now let's talk about the argument for using honey by health-centric vegans. According to Merriam-Webster, honey is a sweet, viscid material elaborated out of the nectar of flowers in the honey sac of various bees. Based on that definition, to some vegans, honey is simply a natural, harmless sweetener that is an unprocessed food and does not contain any animal products. Therefore, ingestion of honey can be seen as acceptable by some vegans. A Reddit post by Trekball in the vegan subreddit illustrates that opinion. Quote, "I don't specifically buy honey or beeswax, but if it's contained in something I want to really eat, then I often buy it anyway. The biggest reason is that I don't feel much compassion for bees. I also kill mosquitoes that bug me. Cold-blooded, I know." End quote. Furthermore, some vegans use honey for medicinal reasons. According to the Mayo Clinic, honey is generally safe in adults and children older than the age of 1. Honey is used as an anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and antibacterial agent. Furthermore, there may be evidence that honey works as an effective cough suppressant, treatment for anxiety, and ointment used for healing wounds. For example, the following Reddit post by Lovesy in the vegan subreddit demonstrates the sentiment of using honey for medicinal purposes. Quote, "So I won't buy some product with honey when I don't know where the honey comes from, but I always have a jar of honey at home. Takes me 2 years or so to empty it though. I mainly use it when I'm sick, even if you consider it not to be vegan. It's far more animal friendly than whatever animal tested, animal containing medicine you could get from the pharmacy. Also, propolis is a great thing." End quote. So to some vegans, honey is seen as a natural, vegan-friendly sweetener and remedy to treat certain ailments. As a vegan or whole foods plant-based eater, what's your opinion of honey? Feel free to comment below. The controversy surrounding using honey among vegans is well exemplified by this Reddit post by Monkite from the vegan subreddit. Quote, "Most vegans I know agree that honey is unethical. Since bees are animals and spend a lot of time and effort making their honey in order to feed themselves and their young, taking it from them would be in contradiction to the principle of veganism, not to exploit animals for their bodies, products, and to take as little as possible of the fruits of their hard labor. That being said, veganism isn't black and white religious doctrine. It's a lifestyle choice wherein you do your best not to harm or otherwise act unethically towards animals. My girlfriend and I are both vegans and have had the honey discussion before. Since we aim to build a natural home and make use of as many natural options as possible, we concluded that honey is something we'd only use in small quantities for medicinal purposes when needed, provided it's from a wild nest and we only take a minute portion by and for ourselves." End quote. My own personal opinion is that even though honey can be argued to be vegan friendly, we should still avoid honey. We should avoid honey because we don't need honey made by bees. It's simple enough to prevent and avoid the cruelty associated with honey by simply switching to other sweeteners such as maple syrup, date syrup, and agave syrup. As for the medicinal benefits of honey, there are certainly alternatives available that do not require bees or other animals to be involved. In the end, it's truly up to you whether or not you choose to use or ingest honey. If you've got questions about adopting a whole foods plant-based diet, feel free to email me and let me know how I can help. It's in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, be sure to subscribe and share, and I'll see you next time.